Flat Earth British, Martin speaking. Hi guys. See, it says on my cup. Peace and love to you all, and happy day, whatever day it is today, and good to see you back at the Great Flat Earth British Think Tank. Okay, we're going to have some usage, 1,000 million thoughts, and everything that's going on in the Flat Earth British realm talked about in this post. Okay, it's going to be out of breath by the end. Okay, be a roller coaster ride of adventure into the past, and we'll wonder what the hell is going on. Okay, now current events. Dun dun dun. Okay, now this is a think tank, Great Flat Earth British Think Tank, but because of ongoing events, okay, as in about, I reckon, 90% of stuff that's sent to me is concerning said events. Okay, I'm not giving it any attention. I'm not giving it any of my energy. I stated quite a while back that I don't even want to say that word. This is that word, Sharona, my Sharona free zone. Okay, so I'm just not going to give it my energy. Mentioned on numerous occasions, actually for a couple of years right now, I think something else is going on. Now what we're going to look at in this post, okay, is a reset that happened only 270 years ago, but the level of reset and everything that went on, including the real apparent First World War of 1755, okay, 7 years war. We're going to look into the year 1755, the year of the giant earthquake and tsunami that wiped out Lisbon, okay, one time, and it's been wiped out twice, and everything else that was going on the plane at that time. Seems that the whole world, okay, was in flux, and there's a sequence, a catastrophic sequence of events. It includes epidemics, it includes comets, and it includes apocalyptic events. There's some ideas in this though, guys, as in we always sort of talk about in this post. Is it God that is responsible for resetting our asses because of our many sins, basically, you know, taking part in Satan's paradigm, the Phoenician paradigm, whatever you want to call it, and getting reset and judged? Okay, or is it advanced Phoenician, okay, whatever, advanced technology like fasces, etc., that reset our asses? Or are black musicians under the employ of said Phoenicians? Now they can make weather, and they can do a lot of stuff with black art and alchemy. Okay, now there's a narrative in this as well, but that might be the case. We're going to look at all aspects. Now, ongoing on Flat Earth British in the background, okay, something is melting in the melting pot of the core of Flat Earth British Think Tank, and we're going to talk about it very soon, when it is in a way that it can be relayed or conceptualized by any of us. Okay, but it is incredible, mind-blowing. So many things in this, guys, that are going to be mind-blowing. We've got an ancient text that I've basically come across, and it is a type of chronology or chronography, but basically it shows you that dog heads are like kings, and they want, you know, people barbecued, etc., but they're the kings and they're the rulers. Now we've seen this quite a lot with dog heads. Now why are dog heads ruling only in this case with this document 500 years ago, and why is the whole later or resistance period so weird and trippy, okay, with cryptoids and everything else, only this recent time in the past? We're going to look at that. A rare middle-aged text in a rich colour, which is also highly strange and freaky. We're going to pick it apart for some decodes and some decipherage. Pics of the day and a million thoughts besides. Okay, guys, that's what we're going to do. And good news, we got a Flat Earth British basically our information website back, because it's been absent for a number of weeks. So I want to thank Bex, Rebecca, for putting that together. Everything is so juicy on there. If you go to the resources on there, there's giant collections, 15,000 Vatican archives, books galore, maps, and all sorts. So check that out. The link I'll show you along the way. So Britain fucking sucks. Okay, it's stuck on this fucking island. Yeah, with these fucking lot. It's not good. Okay, so basically what's happening now, right, is Boris. Yeah, Boris. Fucking, don't even care. Okay, just never even give him a thought before all this bullshit. See, wasting energy. Yeah. He's basically given England a soft non-lockdown, so you can go to work but you don't go to work, but they're opening like cafes, restaurants, social distancing rules, because that's never going to go away ever again, and you can go meet somebody in a park and you won't get your fucking head kicked in by a load of coppers, apparently. Okay, now I live in Wales, which is not England, and they haven't done that. They haven't done this. We're still completely locked down. So I'm thinking, so is that ordered by England? Because they treat Wales like they treat the Irish and other countries. Okay, we're like probably fourth on the list of many out of Westminster. But anyway, is it ordered by the Welsh Senate? And maybe they're seeing how this bullshit weather's in England, and then they maybe didn't drop it. Okay, in my mind, I think this. I think that they're going to let everybody out, okay, and then they're going to say, oh, we've had a massive fucking spike on our curvature, okay, and that was you lot playing up. All these people are dead because of you. Blame you. We're going to have to keep you locked in properly now, I'm afraid, for the safety of everybody, okay, is what they were going to pull. Probably, and they'll not do that. They'll get their agent provocateurs in to stir up the pot, make big fucking trouble, and get everybody in the world locked down, martial law, and shot on sight and shit like that going down in the worst imaginary fucking despotic scenario, which, in my mind, because it's witnessing how fucking completely mental they've all gone, could be a case. Okay, if they're not going to hold you down and inject your ass. Okay, there's so many horrifying videos out there of what the police are doing to people. There's a couple of coppers that have come out, speaking up, instantly fired. I'm sure you've seen them, but what have they been told to be able to treat people? There's no human rights. Fucking gone. They weren't there anyway. But what is in their minds? They have families the same, and why are they taking it so fucking goddamn serious when there's people just walking in a park? Well, fucking handcuff you and drag you away. It's just what? So that's not going away. Okay, this is like Berlin or Germany, 1938. Right, got fuck all on this. Yeah, the Nazis, they got fuck all on these motherfuckers, guys. Nothing. Yeah, these are just like the worst ever. Anyway, people start things. So anyway, a lot of ideas going around. What the fuck we're going to do? We're in deep shit, lost at sea, blah blah blah. Is people are thinking just everybody in the world say no more, fuck off, and take it back, just like that. Now, usage. Now, make sure to subscribe to this channel and all the other Flat Earth British channels. There's quite a few of them out there, and we're going to flow through some work. Now, sequence of events we followed in 1811, haven't we, with the New Madrid events and war in Europe, and war in America, and we think that this is a reset period. Well, the year of 1755, a short time before then, had a lot going on, major events, which I think was a complete reset. Okay, give you a little rundown on exactly what. Okay, on the way through. So make sure to subscribe, as I said. Thank you for popping by. Okay, it's been a lovely day today. 2 days ago they said, oh, we're going to have an Arctic blast and it's going to get freezing. Okay, and that never happened, because today they're saying on the same news feed that we're going to have a really, really nice heat wave and it'll be 80 degrees. So it's a bit like the book 1984, isn't it? You know, we're going to get a 25-gram chocky ration raised, and the day after, no, we're not going to have the chocky ration. That didn't happen. Oh, okay, that sort of thing. Okay, because everyone's just fucking gone. There's a new level of fucking Stockholm Syndrome happening, guys. This is unprecedented in psychology. They must be, in this experiment, having a right good time. I don't know what they're thinking about the rest of us. Now, we're going to start here. This is superb, this is, guys. This is an old document, and it shows you not only Lisbon, but like huge areas of the Mediterranean are completely wiped out by events, tsunamis and earthquakes. Now, I've covered the Lisbon event quite a bit, guys. Yeah, there was liquefaction, and this place is like Port Royal in Jamaica, one of the richest Phoenician ports on earth. Okay, now this is a very juicy book, so we're going to go through it a bit. And it shows you apocalyptic events, but more, okay? They have what look like FEMA camps of the time. So I thought, oh, I wonder. And I started digging. I tried to read some of this. It wasn't easy. There's bits in there you can read, but it turns out everywhere is in war. So I looked into it, and of course, at this period is the 7 Years' War, which, when you research it, turns out to be the real First World War. Every country in the world was involved. All of Europe, America, South America, everybody was bashing everybody else. The whole world was at war. The 7 Years' War. Now, here's Lisbon. Now, apparently there was a giant tsunami, and then the city burns to the ground as well. And it's all star-forted, okay? It's all Phoenician. We've looked at photographs. I was going to bring some out. We'll do it the next time because I've got too much to present. I've got enough for a couple of few vlogs, actually. We've been so busy. I say we, I mean me. So yeah, like I said, guys, a lot of you are just sending stuff in about coronavirus and like the think tank and all of that, and I just don't think anything is to be learned by any of the stuff that's just out on the internet or by the mainstream. I think, you know, we should just carry on digging. Okay. Now, as I said, there's something in the melting pot which is different, to say the least. Okay, as you can see, you've got the Phoenicians. Lisbon, good Lisa in French. So it's a massive city. It's well gridded up. It's not on any of them grid patterns we see for America and all that. It's quite haphazard, but they got giant architecture and the giant Phoenician ships. So, usual scenario, guys. We're going to look at some these Chronica. Oh, they're like Chronica images. I haven't seen them before. They're absolutely mind-blowing. A little bit later, which will show you these. In this, the Phoenicians coming out of the water. Yeah, the Queenie. Now, at this period, I think William II is in at 1755, around there. Yeah, and the whole world is at war. I'll show you shortly, but. This is an amazing bit of cartography, and they've mapped Portuguese speaking Brazil as well. Barbarorum, isn't that interesting? Tartar Barbar. I've been speaking with Guru Baba, who's a Guru Baba, lives in South America, absolutely totally wicked chap, and he's got some teachings of his own, and it's very interesting. Ovid, which I've been looking at, and it's something I sort of knew, but it's going to be it's a giant effort for myself to at this stage. I really need to. I'm already self-realized, you see, so that would be overwhelming at this moment. So there it is, Lisbon. It's a beautiful city, and they're all in tents, okay? And what you see later is this refugee camp gets wiped out as well on a later tsunami. Everything explodes. Now, what I found is a book from this year, guys. I'm going to give it to you, and it's a mind blower. It talks about this comet bringing major floods. This is happening. There's a comet. He talks about this being far from anything to do with the Creator or God. He's saying no. He's saying this is not for, you know, what happened in Port Royal or this. He's saying that it's man-made or deliberate means. Partly witchcraft, partly technology. So there it is, a city made of huge masonry just floating away. They had liquefaction too. The refugee camp looks hellish. And it looks like some people are they getting beaten? No. And like the FEMA camps of today, the city is completely smashed and destroyed after. They're doing hangings, public hangings, battering shit out of everyone. So I'm guessing this is the police. Yeah, battering everyone. Doesn't look like there's much to be looted. Everything's gone by this giant earthquake and tsunami, apparently. And here's your FEMA camp of the day. Just like in San Francisco in 1906, they had these camps set up in no time. And you know, this is looking like San Francisco, you know. Even the architecture, guys. It's just, it really is. And you get the plan, because as I said, it's a 7 years war for expansive starfort systems. Apparently not enough to block a tsunami. All along this sort of area. It goes up to Gibraltar, Cadiz, Seville, which looks mud flooded from previous events. Cadiz, Gibraltar. So some nice star footage, well needed in these apocalyptic times. Oh, this is one we know, Strasbourg. Egan, Baffel, Bonn. So all of Europe, Dunkirk. That's how I believe it's there in this day and age. And over Ghent, Dusseldorf, Cologne, Beaufort, I'm not sure what that is, Frankfurt maybe, oh there's Frankfurt, Hamburg, look at that looks like a gadget, that looks like it's just going all into lock and just turn on and just go zzz. Advanced water tech, always on a meander, even the Oxbow Lakes are virtually formed, such advanced technology. Incredible. Mastery of water, guys. And there's so many different types of water, you know, look at water. You've got deuterium, heavy water, haven't you? There's a narrative in World War II about that, isn't there? So there's a nice little bit of cartography. I think looking to out of place. North Africa is still North Africa, and it's not been wiped out that stage, doesn't look like anyway. And the Iberian Peninsula. Now what you get now is more cities completely destroyed. There's Lisbon back to its heyday of trading in a giant Phoenician port with the best architecture. This isn't showing us much. I have examined it. It's, you know, nothing anomalous. An absence of Tartaria. I can't see her on here either, but you know. And the Hispanics. So here's a Phoenician text, and it's very much Phoenician. We've seen that on all of the pictures. Okay. I was thinking about Obey. You know, guys, that everything has got like water connection. You know, with the finances, we all know, and you know, like even birth, giving birth, you're in liquid, and then into the canal, and then we're birth. You know, like in a ship. Same with obey. It's obey. You know, you get a bay, and you get also birth in a bay. And I think the obey is connected. Well, it is maritime sense because you get the bay. So you get this. Excuse me. There's Lisbon in darkness, and there's Lisbon. If nukes were a thing, looking like it's got nuked, so the whole thing burns by a tsunami. You know, this happened in San Francisco, didn't it? You know, they have giant earthquake for the last a second or two, and then the whole city burns in a firestorm, leaves it in tiny little pebbles. Technology, guys, mixture. Well, something's brought up the water. And this guy in this book, I'll show you later, he doesn't think it's fucking, Teutonic displacement or anything. And that's what was left, guys. Pure liquefaction, pure mud flood. But strangest thing, guys, this is 1755. Yeah, if you look at the pictures 100 years later, there's giant, old Tartarian and Phoenician buildings. It's just crazy. How were they still there? How they built them back so quick? How did they get such a rich city in the Victorian photographs? So soon after this. But things do go to shit. I don't know if they're just hanging looters. I've been looking into the Irish Rebellion during the First World War, 1915, and basically they executed the people who rose up against forced conscription and being murdered, which they seem to be doing here. Reminds me of San Francisco. Notice the Antiquitech buildings on the hills are still intact, guys. Gallows are up. Maximum executionage. I guess that's fucking clergy ordering that. And the people in power still, which are the Phoenicians. They're really big compared to these. Are they giants? Or is this just another perspective thing? So sucking up to them, begging for food, the bosses. A bit like now, when everyone's going to be begging the man, for food, when it all goes. Lockdown might end, guys, but this insanity and shit's just going to get real shit real quick. This is fucking Tea Party. Wait till the rave comes. It's just going to be crazy, crazy, crazy. So, yeah, we're following a sequence of events. So this has happened in 1755. Whole of world is at war, but this isn't attributed to war, they say. Look at this shit go down. Yeah. And it's not only in Lisbon, Morocco, across the water. So you're finding this all over the Mediterranean, the old places in flux, which we read about in John Strauss, although that's a bit earlier than this. Definitely Phoenicians. And the dead. Now, why so many dead? Is there a plague? Yeah. We find for the year 1755, okay, although it's all separated out and you can't get it in one narrative at all, but we get war, world war, the real World War I, they tell you. The giant earthquake and tsunami. There were other events as well, okay, and which we're going to look at now. They had a calendar shift, so they reset civilization, okay. And Arcadia was cleared. The Tartarians in Arcadia were cleared in that year as well in Canada, and many more other things were happening. So yeah, apocalyptic events, tsunamis, and an entire city biting the dust. But as you can see, at this stage, the FEMA camps are already set up in the background, all these tents, refugees, just like San Francisco. But they had a secondary event. Turns out the entire camp bought the dust. Okay. Oh shit, there's a lot going down in this picture. A lot, there's a lot still existing, but it looks mud flooded. They had liquefaction, so multi-nailings up. Stacks are dead because they got plague. In fact, the term Black Death was first coined in 1755, and in this book I'll give you, the guy thinks it's not pestis. There's no evidence at all, he says, that it's come from a rat at all. None. Because it sporadically appeared in places that didn't have harbours or ships or rats. They sort of blame, say, oh, the rat went for a big walk and, went off to, interior of Norway and infected a little tiny city, town. It's just bullshit. Now, night and day. No, it looks like Manhattan when it was built. It's just all skyscrapers. The Star Forts didn't do anything against the tsunami, that's for sure. And like I said, it's Morocco. Look at this in the background. Let's have a look. So the entire city is in flames and falling. Skyscrapers, everything's sinking. I can't imagine what that must look like. Not the tsunami there. Oh, yeah, it's coming up now. Everyone is oh woe is me. Holy shitski. They've already gone with the earthquake, and here's the Phoenicians. Couldn't give a flying fuck. That woman looks like Melancholia, and with a shield with a ship in it. What's so significant about this shield? Remember all of their blank mirrors, their blank plaques. Something else is going on with that. I just know it. It's to do with their alchemical magic. Here they are. He looks like a black magician. Crone or crane. Let's have a look. It's got like a black thing over his head. There's Father Thames. Faceless Night Setter. So yeah, Casus. Ooh, juicy. And the owl with the wings open. And the angel dude in a chem cloud. So whatever city's bought it. This one here, Mequience. Not sure where that is, I'm afraid. That city went as well, and all of the tents. And it's Lisbon. And it's been okay. So yeah, absolutely superb source this for depictions. Everything seems okay there. And here's Cadiz's Starfort. Juicy, very very juicy. But look, it's like breaks, and look at the size of these guys compared to the walls. Are they giants? What the fucking hell's going on? But look at it, guys. It's so like, you know, I hate the saying, but you know, futuristic. I was gonna say another saying, but futuristic. Remember, they didn't build these. The Phoenicians built these. It must have been in a previous reset. They like to attribute them to the Middle Ages or the 1600s, guys. But and here's the architecture that's on Lisbon front. So they had all of this. Didn't mean shit to a tsunami. Phoenician waterfalls and this beautiful, which is already mud flooded in the photographs. All gone. So, I need a drink. As you can see, this is the Lisbon architecture. Very familiar. Ooh, look at that one. That domage. I'm guessing all that came down. Wow, that's some building. That's just one building. It's got all buttresses. What's that holding up? Let's have to see if there's another. No, that's it. So yeah. So 1755. Only that narrow time ago. It's not like eons ago, is it? So what was going on is they have that giant event, as you can see, pretty apocalyptic. They say official narrative 40,000 die. It's got to be a lot more with all of the other cities and Morocco. I was just in Lisbon, so 40,000. What was the population? So they had a calendar shift as well. Let's just blow that up a minute, please. Good to see you all, peeps. Hope you're all in chat. Hope everything's cool at home and everything else. Hope everyone's safe and, you know, keeping their vibration up. You know, and not, you know, zero fucks given. Okay, but all that bullshit out there, we don't care. So 1755 was the common year started on a Wednesday of the Gregorian calendar, and the common year started on Sunday of the Julian calendar, the 1755th year of the Common Era, CE, which it wasn't when I was young, and Anno Domini designations, and 755th year of the second millennium. Okay, the 55th year of the 18th century, and the 6th year of the 1750s decade, as it started as of the start of 1755. The Gregorian calendar was 11 days ahead of the Julian calendar, which remains localized until 1923. Now, so they have a calendar shift. Okay, this came out the rest of the world as well. I thought that said Tartaria. Tatiana Day in Moscow. Alright. Okay, so they had a calendar shift. Okay, it's not the only one. They had more shifts as well, but that one is that year where that terrible event happened. Also the expulsion or genocide of the Acadians. Okay, that happens also in 1733. Okay, also there it is as well. The calendar was shifted, and 1755 millennium into the second millennium between these two dates. But it took years to come in fruition all over the rest of Europe. So they had the 7 Years' War, which was, they say, World War One, the real World War One. Okay, the 7 Years' War was fought between, let me get my eyes in order, 1754. Okay, right in that period where that city gets destroyed, but it's natural, and 1763. The main conflict occurring in a 7-year period. Okay, it was involving every European great power at the time except the Ottoman Empire, spanning 5 continents, it affecting Europe, the Americas, West Africa, India, and the Philippines. The conflict split Europe into 2 coalitions, led by Great Britain on one side and the French on the other, for the first time aiming to curtail Britain and Prussia's ever-growing might. Okay, Britons and Germans. France formed a grand coalition of its own, which ended as Britain rose to the world's prominent power. Britannia rose always, altering the European balance of power. Conflict between Great Britain and France broke out in 1754, when the British attacked disputed French positions in North America and seized hundreds of French merchant ships. Meanwhile, rising power in Prussia was struggling with Austria for dominance within the outside of the Holy Roman Empire in Central Europe. Anyway, it all culminated in a revolution, in the French Revolution later on. So yeah, anyway, all of these countries are included, okay, in a world war known as the First War of Conquest to Canada, French-speaking Canada. So they got different names for it: the Pomeranian War, the Swedish and Prussia, all included in the 7 Years' War. So there's a narrative for you there. I'm not going to read it, but just gives you the idea the whole world is at war in 1755, just like in 1812. But this is bigger because it's a world war. There's also a plague. We'll go to comet in a minute. A plague. Now this book is outstanding. I'll show you it in a minute, but it shows that there was, in 1755, there was reports of cholera, plague, which they call Black Death, bubonic plague, smallpox, pretty serious shit, and typhus fever. Okay, so they had all of them plagues in that year. Okay, 1755. And this book, fucking brilliant. I love it. I was reading it last night. I was thoroughly enjoying it. It's a mind blower. It's one of those books that tells you everything we need to know, you know, in this field. So it was penned up. Theoretical philosophy. It's very spiritual, and he talks about, you know, stuff that we can identify with, guys. Really, like creating and manifesting our reality. And it's big on about dreams. Okay, it's just such a good study. Thoroughly enjoyed. I'm not through it yet. I'm only a small ways in, actually, but yeah, I'll give it to you. Link it up if you're interested in dreams. This is the book for you. Okay, Dreams of Spirits here, elucidated by Dreams of Metaphysics, 1766. So it's a sort of cult philosophy. Look at this: anti-Kabbalah, fragments of ordinary philosophy, purpose of which to cancel community with the world, with the spirit world. Cancels community with the spirit world. Oh yeah, I get it. Right, so it goes into spiritualism as well, but he talks about the events of this, what I just showed you, 1755. He talks about Port Royal, and he's highly suspect that these are, you know, by a god, that some guy or pastor in church said just before the events, is this place in Port Royal, this place will be reset for all your naughtiness, because basically it was a seaport like any other. I suspect they did say it was a wickeder sea on earth, but you know, that's what these ports are like in this time. So pretty fucking rank. If you get into the book a bit, it's taken for ages to scroll through. It will give you about earthquakes, and tsunamis, terrestrial convulsions, and reset. Okay, theory of winds I thought was really interesting. I think the way that this weather is acting up, fucking definitely not only, you know, modified, but human modified, made weather. It just seemed to blow these winds in. It could be the Enochian idea, or something just blowing in near the four angels. If there is, there might be more. There might be more going on outside. We're just thinking about this environment, which we're working on, to try and conceptualize this whole thing. That's what we're going to try and make an effort to do. Such an undertaking. Head. So anyway, gives you comets as well. Okay, and he says about this comet that came over and plague, and he says that they're associated. This is highly interesting about dreams, guys. Okay, talks about metaphysics and spiritual worlds and spiritual realm and events. So I should have time-stamped them last night, but I was rather tired. So I've been rather busy. We'll talk about the breakaway civilization a little bit later in this vlogage. So I'll hook that up to you. Do enjoy. Later on, it mentions all about the comets, which he is suspectful of, and resets, okay? But it's quite an expansive book. So dreams. And he talks about the Lisbon earthquake, 1755 here. I'd like to be able to read it, but not at all in a ready mood, guys. But it was mind blast to read. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Not done with it. Isn't it funny how Sweden's not included on our list? World War One, World War Two, now epidemic, pandemic. No problemo. Just carry on. Just walking on doing shit. Anyway, so we're still locked in Wales and Scotland. I'm not allowed to do shit. England's been lapsed a bit, but it's still bullshit, all of it. List of epidemics. So there's been so many. We can't deal with the first millennium AD with Justinian, etc., because we can't really verify that far off. And all of everything that's given us is by the controllers anyway. We only just, like, you know, read between the lines and gather, you know, different sequences like I just did. Okay, so let's get up to the sort of modern era, if you like, post Renaissance. So you got a plague bubonic, and the Great Plague of Seville, and then you come up to 1066, the Great Fire of London. Apparently it's ended. Okay, city burns, epidemic ends. There's Great Plague of Malta, Vienna, and then we come up to the period of 1755, and it's jumped. No, there is smallpox. Yeah, they did say in that list, but they said a few more as well, which is really serious. In North America and the West Indies in 1761 was an influenza epidemic, and there'd been others as well a bit later on. There, 1755 in England, flu epidemic. Same symptoms. All of these are very suspect, this germ theory and these plagues and the way they just been playing these narratives. Look at the death tolls, 100,000. You know, this is the second cholera epidemic the snow, you know, put an end to by his discovery of a contaminated water well, apparently for the whole world. 100,000. 20,000, 17,000, 1 million in Russia, third cholera epidemic, 1 million plus. 12 million in India and China alone in the third plague epidemic, 1755, 100 years later. Huge amounts of people. Middle East, 600,000. 1 million worldwide in the flu epidemic of 1890. Isn't that bigger than the Spanish flu? Let's roll up to the Spanish flu. 1.1 million worldwide, Spanish flu. Well, still, that's fucking pretty big, isn't it? 1890. Shit. Runny nose, high fever, sore throat, muscle aches, pain. San Francisco, just prior to the San Francisco earthquake, also has bubonic plague. As we've seen, they burnt down city of Honolulu because it was full of Chinese, killing 10,000, tens of thousands of them, because apparently brought it from China. We get up to 1.5 million in the Spanish flu epidemic. No, 17 to 100 million in the Spanish flu epidemic. Fuck me. That is really, really a lot, isn't it? Well, not really. It's 0.1% of the population, is it? Or 1%, something like that. So, yeah. Okay. So, still 1,500,000,000. 1877 smallpox, 500 million. Oh, between those periods. Okay. That's quite a fucking lot. 32 million with AIDS. What? Fucking hell, you think with that many people, everybody would know somebody who died of all these fucking things. I've been here 50 fucking years plus. Fucking hell. Have you heard of anybody with any of this shit going down? Any of it? Yeah, so-and-so got a cold. Back. They both come back. The cold. It's all weird. No. We are moving on. So, that was the events of 1755 we're looking at. So, the sequence is, okay, there's a comet, okay, which you call, if in that book, you read about it, the Great Comet. They think it's Hades, but you can't really say that. This guy in that book thinks that it's caused for these events. You've got ethnic cleansing in America, the Acadians, the Tartarians, a giant earthquake which wipes out one of the richest ports in the world, Lisbon, and the city burns. And you've seen all the rest with the FEMA camps and all of that. There's a calendar shift because it's a reset and they just start civilization. Maybe it was a stop, who even knows. And there's a world war. Every country in the world is at war. 7 Years' War. And it goes on. So this is fucking brilliant. This is Middle Ages manuscript. Beautiful colour. Let's have a little look. Okay. At some pictures. I've downloaded some for you. Sounds really well, Shane. So there's plenty to look at in this today, guys. So these are from late 1500s. And what you find is they are Phoenician, as everything is. But the usual scenario. Dragon Age. Not sure about that. It's got 4 angels, cube. Chakra. Who knows? And I give you just download some of the biggest ones, like this, you know. What's he putting black stuff in the water for? Is it analogous for poison in the water supply? And she's got one of those cone heads on. And falcons are the kings of sports at this period. See what I mean? The tree, the whole setup for that, they're in a circle. Adam and Eve, isn't it? The garden, which has always got a circular wall around it. Phoenician lion. And a guy crushing grapes. We were going to look at some images of Bacchus on the next article. And his crew who turn up in town, and your town burns, everyone gets eaten, everyone gets pissed, and they have just fucking go nuts. So we have a lot of these go around in this period. They're just normal apparently. See one down the shops. I think he's burning the pines off of Porcupine, and they stink. So maybe to make it safe, maybe he's cooking it. I don't know. Pork with pine, porcupine. So it's a snail goat. It's a bit like man-bear frog. I don't even know. Or man-bear pig. It's like man-bear pig, but this is a goat. Goat snail. So more fucking with the gene pool, it would seem that it's crazy. Loads of cryptids going on this time. And you get giants as well with you know, angelish. But look at the colour. Turn on your mind, relax and float down stream. And stream. Oh, what does that say? Did you do my homework for me? Because I bet you they're such cruel bastards. In fact, I can, with the Phoenicians, they're shellfish bastards. They literally are. Oh, a ghost. Very, very shellfish they are. Look at this. Bring in something. Just floating in, guys, yeah? Just floating in. Humans! So, yeah, these guys, they have weird, nasty habits, don't they, these monkeys? Purple. It's got a lion hanging round. Yeah. Some squawking dodo-like birds. They go, fuck up! To you. You go near them. Yeah, right. Okay, now. Because they got attitude, they're Phoenician. They're going to be nice. Bumblebee. Yeah, they're really big into bumblebees and all, aren't they? So we got an I and a B and a little string man holding doing weightlifting with an I and a B. So. Don't know what that is. More codage. Here's an I and a B again. Idris and Bertie. It namo abatre. I don't want to be reading any Latin because I don't know what I'm doing. Like I might just invoke some great cataclysm. I've got to be careful. Don't break the world the fuck all, Again. And what's that? Et nom avatre. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, let's have a look at that. It looks very fucking Monty Python. Oh, it's like a green-headed dude speaking out of his neck. Hey, non me vattero. Ciao, bambino. Bellissimo bambino. Oh, she's doing the Masonic sign. I'm guessing this is a baby. Yeah. Yeah. When I was born, like that guy, that geezer, yeah. When he was born, he gets like a load of angels going, hallelujah, or whatever they do. I had a violent thunderstorm when I was born. Apparently, it was worst in years. Yeah. The nurses said to my mother, "Holy shit, what we got coming? Et namo evatre." Just go watch that shit. Yeah, sounds satanic. Look at it. Et null evatre. So it's no ialate. They turn the electric off. Okay. He's like, are you the one? God, he's looking at him really close, isn't he? Yeah, don't worry too much about the frankincense next time, okay? We'll have more of the gold, though. Okay, so she's taking the baby. Yeah, this is the Middle Ages. Wasn't Jesus born 2,000 years ago? Got a little handbag. She looks like modern day going off down the greengrocers. This is really weird. So he's taking him off to like a magician guy with a happy hat on. Okay, check him out. Okay, got a feeling part of his body might disappear very, very soon. Okay, so riding a donkey because they don't do Ferrari. What we got here? She's been messed up a bit. Something's going on there. She's doing her finger again. He's got an orb going on, a blue orb. So I'm guessing that's Mary. Is everything in fire? No, it's just little bright red fucking choir things. Ugh. So there's that ghost again. I'm guessing that's the Holy Ghost, which he can see. He's hiding behind a rock. So, Jesus. In the Middle Ages, because this is when all this stuff is happening, we've got a black sun again, is there? That's the second time in as many weeks we've seen Jesus being crucified with a black sun and a normal, a sunset. Yeah? Wafu. Ranu. Yeah. See, you gotta stop saying that C word, guys, yeah? Guys, don't say it, okay? Your penis will fly off. It's a fucking fact, mate. Your dicks fly off. Just don't say it, guys. Don't say it. Don't. If you gotta say it, say Sharona and she was a liar. Yeah? La Sharona. Yeah? You don't need to take the fly off, guys, do you? Don't say it. Don't even look at it. Turn the television off. It's great thinking about that work. So yeah, you got the plasma death. Okay, literally fly off with wings. Yeah, that's what happened. There will be the big bang. all the turtle people will just, the gases will just explode all in a moment. It won't be thunder. It will be people exploding. I watched a film the other night with John Cusack, my son watched, called The Cell with Samuel L. Jackson. It was a wicked film. It's about 5G made everyone like this, like zombified. What's he doing? He's like zzz, on his forehead. It's not actually killing him, is he? He's just like giving him information. And there's more of them. And so this is how everyone looked apparently 500 years ago. It's all about, you know, the lamb, tech, info. What it is though, guys, is every single reset is they, you know, all of our religious documents and all of that are just, you know, from a history of the past, piecing together of what this place is before us. All of it is, guys, all of it. And it doesn't go remarkably way back, you know, to start creation, according to the Bible. You know, it's not all that time ago. And, you know, the alternatives will say, oh, it was 10,000 years after the Ice Age, 12,000 years ago. Look at Gillespie, you know, Göbekli Tepe, etc. You know, people like fucking Wilcock, or another cock, Hancock. I think it's all in the name though, guys, you know. So, and this one's chasing the demons. It seems they're running round the place. Look at this guy, yeah. They mushed his heads up because he's stealing his red book. That's what it is. It's a Mark 6 plot to make our knobs fly off. If we keep saying Corona forever and ever. Oh, Bitty. Okay. Nice lampshades in there. Jesus, it's time in the Middle Ages in this. What's that building? Ave Maria, Domine Maria. So, I've never seen that before. Jesus getting a bit of pity, getting some milkage. I guess that to eat, you know, not breatharians. She's got this thing going on, Corona, and she's pointing at something. And she's got the orb with the crucible on top. So that is that document. Okay, but guess trip, yeah. Guess trip, yeah. And we have this one as well, which is Chronicum. So it's like Kronos and Con. I'll show you some coding. Amazing thing I never knew about that word that I said that I didn't want mentioned and its origin. It's quite startling as well. Any ideas where the word belt, you know, like Van Allen belt or the belt around your waist? But if you touch something electric and it arcs out on you, like a coat rail or something in a department store, which happens to me, it'll give you a belt. Why do they say that? Anybody know? Just wondered. It's like, you know, Van Allen belt. Anyway, so here's this document. Okay, so it's Providium of Magdalene. Anyway, Chronicum. And it's basically you get a few religious characters like Ezekiel, the prophets here. Okay, you get Ezekiel's wheels depiction and a few of the biblical characters as well. So it starts, and it appears this is all in the Middle Ages, you know, but these dates are crazy, yeah. You got 3,954, yeah. But it's like on the other side is alternative. Monday 150. So anyway, so we got the tree and a skull and a heart. It's very alchemical, very Kabbalistic. And then it comes to the first happening before our civilization now, a great flood, what they call Noah's flood. And then they had a big rainbow. Now everyone got in their windows. Okay, and it's all about the key. And as you can see, you've got these two-sided face people coming in. Always with the two sides, or three sides, or four sides. You get Hindu gods, like we'll look at images of the day, and we always see this pair. Okay, so we're trying to read some of the Latin with it last night. Okay, and you get some strange cryptids and giants, all living in this period. Like this guy. Okay, in Ethiopia, apparently. Which is like the whole of Africa. And this is a Scythian, apparently. Okay, that sounds like it might be a bit of propaganda. And there's a human queue. So basically, this is chopping people up. And he looks, I'm not saying civilized, but he's not, savage or anything. He's a human cannibal. Okay, and then you got these, which you'll see in the map of Monday. So you got the Scythians, these roaming around Asia. He's good, he walks back. Basically, when he's walking forwards, he walks backwards. Okay, he walks backwards for Christmas. This guy just does like sonic whacks his foot, and it causes basically a combustive wave which knocks everybody down, kills everybody. You've got Pan with a sound. He goes around chasing everyone, just like really horny. Now this guy turns up later on in this, and he turns out to be a god or a ruler, and he gets everybody, the Sinasafia or Dog Head, which we talk about quite a bit, because they're just everywhere. And these guys, it's like Jason and the Argonauts, guys. 500 years ago, and the same is happening now. I'm real, and it just reset, just gone. Anyway, so this guy's like a half horse. No, I don't know how he stands. I don't know how it works. The gentleman's chilling out in the top. He's just putting some skins together, as you can see, licking one, no problemo. And I don't know what's happening with the sage. He forgot his clothes. He's going, yo. He's like Fonzie. Don't know what's going on there. He's got 2 fingers, and he's chasing this guy. He's got no clothes on. He's bent over, running away. Open for interpretation. That word looks a bit really, sort of sinister as well. I don't know. Homunculus, born in a basket. So that'd be Moses, is it? No. Well, anyway, homunculus pet. Must have been really cool to have a homunculus. Maybe where the homunculus is, later, because we're little, aren't we? And maybe they're like giants. So as you can see, here's your Krishna. Yeah. You see that? Is my doing it? You see loads of it. Yeah. It's not more. So turn on your mind, relax, and smooth that stream. Some manky animals in a reset world, as you can see. It's all mud flooded, been underwater, and trees are broke because this place is only a few generations old. 300 years max. They reset us. 400 years max. Reset us, and everyone dies. And they keep a slave class or a crew to clean up the cities, everything after, and then probably bring in new people. Okay, keep these people in camps. So yeah, it's been absolute carnage out there. I don't like to look at it. It's all bad energy, and giving my time to bad energy when we're doing it, love, unconditional love and all that doesn't seem productive either. So yeah, you get these serpents take over with the scorpions as well, guys. And the Phoenician, how many times have we seen these? Look at these. Yeah, he thinks that's his girlfriend. He's very, very fucking confused. This rock lobster. Oh, we should have been playing that during this. Down, M-E MF. Motherfucker. So yeah, you see these all the time, these whales. They can't be real, can they? They're sinking ships and they look mechanical. We've seen this. So yeah, high strangeness that. Excuse me. So more. Oh shit. Too forward. So we get reset. Oh, have I gone too far back? Sorry. Let me stop. Where did I get to? Okay, we just gone too far. Excuse me. I was going back the wrong way. There you are. To there. And I'm guessing that's an alligator. There's nothing sinister about that. And you get these horses. They come out of the sea. People on them too. Aquatic beings like these. No. Sharfish bastards. Look at him. What's that? Huh? And she eats like lobsters just raw. Yeah. Is that a griffin? It fucking is, yeah. My language. Bet it is Armageddon, so who gives a shit. And this appears to be one of those birds. Yeah. Damn, that's it. I can't remember the name of them. I was going to say a stork. There's a griffin in the flames, or it's a phoenix. So that's a part of it as well, obviously. Phoenician, phoenix, resurgi. I've talked about it a dozen times. Back in us, Ted Heath. So imagine now, like, it's like an Invasion of the Body Snatchers, that, you know, there's a dog running around in there with a human's head on. I didn't like that when I seen that film. It's a good film though. You know, the remake with Donald Sutherland and Leonard Nimoy, because he did other stuff about being Spock. He made cool films. He's dead now though. So, back Think and karate. And then to reset civilization, you're going to find this everywhere you go in this book. This is Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. Cities that look like that architecture we're just showing you. I'm guessing this is Lot's wife. She got like salted because she looked back. And apocalyptic floodage. But this is not Noah's. This is later, isn't it? This one. Egypt. So 7 plagues. Oh, this city's falling in. That's Jericho. Then Babylon. And everywhere flooded, yeah. So it's just a book of reset, just like the last. Volcanoes exploding. My lungs are blowing. And it's biblical plagues. And the black sun. The black sun. After the locust, it went completely dark. No more sunsets. So yeah. Apocalyptic times in this book, but why are cryptids alive? Look at this, stones falling. Stones falling. Get that a lot, that brimstone. You always get these chem clouds above, and this city looks like it's liquefying. Threbus? Not sure. And this city's under water. Egypt, that is. It's Egypt. And what's with the Antiquity buildings? It's Egypt. The pyramids. So, the Nile's flooded, later floods, apocalyptic scenarios in this book. And of course, the comets. And everyone's like, holy fuck, because there's a massive earthquake. And they've hidden it there and the rocks are coming down. Okay. What you do see in these as well is black mirrors being used, or mirrors which look like they might be phones, because they're basically pictures in them, and they're not them. So the sun again with this beam, reflected light. Yeah, we'll get to that. That's interesting with the Antiquity building and the giant. Okay. Again, Athens biting the dust, which looks Antiquity and nothing Greco-Romano there. Okay. He's getting shit on again from above. Rome. But it goes on about Romulus and Remus. So in this time, is this the year 1692 or is it 692? Cause it says here 3271. This is a job for history if you get time. Can you tell us what's going on? So yeah, Olympia says there. Comes out of Orion. And there's another black sun as well. And again. So they're just chronologies of apocalyptic adventure, guys. And you get Ezekiel. This is prophecies as well. And Ezekiel's wheels. Which Famadian will show on his picture outside. And that guy, he didn't get very far, did he? He's been crawling for what's 20 pages now and he's only got to 595. Yeah. Guy's chasing him with 2 fingers. Black Sun again, Strange Comet again, Great Comet, see Cometra. So Black Sun, comets, shit falling from the sky. Oh fuck me. That's Skeletor's gang in He-Man, isn't it? I am the power. What are they? The Balauronic? Oh, I don't know. Whoa, holy shit, gee. Oh, there's Herodotus there. Oh yeah, they're Herodotus. Cool enough. They look fucking horrible, they do. So they're there, apparently, 500 years ago. Apparently. So this Yeti man, they're quite normal in this period. They got like these loads of fur and Strange anatomy. And weapons are proposed in the sky because it's another comet. They think of it as weapons because everyone fucking dies. Again, black sun. Athens. This is spooky, isn't it? And more earthquakes. So this is fortune telling or finding out the future. It says you're the future, familiar future, by examining the intestines or an internal organ of a oxen. Okay, because there'll be lines in it or something like tea in a teacup, which will say like either you're fucked or you're not fucked, sort of thing going on. So there's only two answers you really want to know. Giants, massive stones falling from the sky, and all of this massive turmoil in the sky, guys. Look at him, he's like arms in the air, like holy fuck, what is it? Because it's like this causes this. So what's this? France. Okay, France put the dusts as well. All the cities are falling into the ground. France in the Bible characters really don't do too much France, do they, in the Bible? So are they replicating these pictures? No, they may be. Okay, we're moving on. So yeah, there's another comet here. Flies low and completely makes this city explode. Corinthian. So that could be the Corinthians, but anyway, civilizations are destroyed. They show black sun, shit falling from the sky, and everyone dying. And everyone's cryptid as well. All things are cryptid. Look at this, black sun. Eclipsage. More fortune telling. Let's see what, you know, I don't know what the white doves and the black doves designate. Alexandra the Great, I take it. Just see what's going to happen on the next pages by checking out this dead animal's guts. Flood and flood. Oh shitski. So it goes on, and you think you get the idea, but it's just cryptids, fortune telling. And you'll see some Phoenicians a bit later on in another booklet, actually, which I will bring up now. I'm going to put a little bit of music on. I haven't got a clue what music it's going to be, but I have to leave camera a second. I'm going to be back like 2 seconds. I'm going to put some music on for you first. Okay. And I'm going to bring some images up, just play them for you, okay? And you will enjoy. Okay. Please look. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to share. That's what I was going to say. YouTube things. Okay, the time is, I gotta get on, that's what it is.
Trust and I gave you everything that you need. But you only told me lies and you made me realize that, babe, you ain't no good for me. I can't be with you, you can't be true. And I know just what I got to do. Gonna hit the ground running, running, running just as fast as I can. Gonna hit the ground running. Twice, no babe, who do you think I am? Well, I'm gonna take my own road, and I'm sorry, baby, you can't go. Gotta hit the ground running, running, running just as fast as I can. Gotta hit the ground running, running, running just as fast as I can. Well, I know you say you're sorry and that you do. Gonna hit the ground running, baby, I'm running, baby, I'm running, 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 running. Gonna hit the ground running, running, running just as fast as I can. Gonna hit the ground running, running, running just as fast as I can. Gonna hit the ground running.
Oh yeah, I haven't got a clue what music's playing, but let's get back to these images. Cluage. What you find in these alchemical images, I suppose you've noticed, like David and a few other of these people, but they're in this strange deityed Phoenician world, and use spectacles, glasses, guys. You know, it's meant to be the biblical era. Spectacles, lenses, oculi, and all that about the comet in the there was this key, and that comet is seen on a few depictions has got a hole in it, and apparently the go-to Menzies turns up and he's puking up in a bed. She's wearing the, you know, the crucible on her head. He's in the stocks. So strange Phoenician world. I'll be able to give you the link to this, guys, okay, so you know what's going on. So, and study you know, going through the images. I know we're on share, but you can pause them. Spectacles again. Such a strange era. 500 years ago, and it should be this mental. It's another reset. Dog heads, everything else. See that dog head ruler? Did you catch him? That looks like an eye. Look at the skull on there. Look at Mad Max. What's it doing? Oh, everything's in flames. Trees are gone. He's running with something in his hand. Looks like maybe a tot of wine. And they're just trampling everyone to death. Fucking hell, look at that. Ridden by death himself. Itself. Look at these Tesla towers here. 5G. Like the ones on the £20 British note. Farmer. So yeah, the Phoenicians come in these entourages with elephants, everything else, fine silks. And the whole of civilization ends up, you know, from the sky in this case. And this as well, we see this a lot. This circle. And strange atmospherical phenomena. This is a projection glass. This is the Middle Ages. Skull on the one side, projection on the other. Or is it projecting that? Oh, what the hell? So we got the hourglass and one of these strange little hobbit people. And wherever they turn up, everything burns, and they chow down as well. It's all about money and vanity. Is she actually looking at herself in that mirror that's being held up for her, or do you think she's talking to someone in Skype of the day? Nothing new under the sun, guys. Beelzebub. We've heard of him, haven't we? Isn't Beelzebub one of Satan's crew? And what he's being held up in this book by Phoenicians, look. This little load of fucking gold, the money behind there on the rays, isn't they? Beelzebub, never seen him in a depiction before. Wow. That's really weird. So he's just a bloke with a happy hat. I thought it'd be more demonic like this fucker. Maz, God of War. Yeah. My name's Martin. I'm only one letter away from Martian. That's humanity trampled underfoot. That would never happen. Oh look, it's the Gorgon. Again, EM, snakes, water, and the Gorgon, same one in every depiction with the saggy things going on, and just fucking hell, it's just too trippy. Too trippy. Tempura. Civilization, mud flooded, falling. All they gotta do is go past, blow horns, vibration, advanced technology, guys. They got advanced tech. Out of frame of reference for us. Always the hourglass, always a scythe. Everything dies. Sinister. So yeah, they're pretty good. I hope the music was alright, guys. I actually don't know what was playing because I, you know, didn't really fucking choose. So I'm going to give you this. This is a cool little link, though. It's basically the triumph of Jesus Christ. It gives you. I'm not sure if I got this loaded. I'll just link it to you. If not, that English, me. That's it. Because time is getting on, I need to upload this, otherwise it's going to be a late post for everybody. No, that's something else completely different, which was good anyway. So I'll link that to you, because you can't get a mag up with this fucking browser. Chrome's useless. Anyway, good news. Flat Earth British Think Tank website is back. And it's fucking fantastic, this website, guys. Lee, Flat Earth British subscriber, thought that the photo drop, the Great Flat Earth British photo drop, had been dropped by Google. Okay, or Go Google. But it's all back, it's all okay again. So there you are, mind-blowing mud floods. And it's going to have a little bit of an upgrade. Got sharp, a think tank we'll look at in a minute. Lee's been posting off there. What if? Which is beautiful. And the Holy Grail of a Flat Earth British book, which is mind-blowing. And it came out, say, last December. So you pick that up on there. Oh, what's going on in the Flat Earth British realm. And there's all our subjects, look, guys. Mudflood, Tartaria, the Firmament, Star Forts, Vaches, Comets, yeah. Technasmia, Antiquitech, Shapes, Giant Ditch, Maps, Airships, Words, which is really interesting, Science, World Fairs, Resets, Architecture, Art, Airships, Giant. Oh, excuse me, fucking done that. Scroll down. So the resources page on this, okay. It's full of maps and everything. Click that, you'll have a wealth. But I want to show you my son, right? He's got a YouTube channel called Welsh Dragon Metals. He's got about 500 subs, something like that, over. And he made these today, okay? Because basically he's got a foundry, he can melt metal and shit. But you know, he thought he'd do all Flat Earth British solid. So he made these. I'll show you when the camera's up in a minute. Flat Earth British Zinc, pure zinc bullion bars. He's going to sell them on his website, so I'll give you the link. I'll show you the video anyway. And it says Flat Earth 999. Okay, so don't turn it upside down, because it's 99.9% pure zinc. And it's 2.6 ounces. So he made them. He's going to flog them on his eBay. So yeah, it's not busy. I'm trying to earn a few quid. So in lockdown in Wales. Stuck inside these four walls, sent inside forever. Never seeing no one nice again. Anyway, that's a book. The book of the damned Charles Fort, fucking first class. So check all these books out, guys. Natural Magic, Heal Yourself in Plague Stuff, Sacred Theory of Earth, tells you all this place demises in fire and water, and apparently fake plagues to break us all down before they. Anyway, so there's what's happening in Flat Earth British world. Now, I have other channels, guys. If you're new to my channel, Flat Earth British world is loads of channels out there talking about these subjects. And Lee, who is Flat Earth British subscriber channel. This is my Martin Deaker channel. I have the Celtic Tartarian channel. Okay, the backup from a Celtic Tartarian channel, which has no subscribers and no content. This has 1100 videos to watch on this subject, and I posted twice this week on there. I'd hang out with you the other night for like 4 hours or something, and I had a hangout or a interview on True Frequency Radio with Zen Garcia on his YouTube channel as well, which was really cool. That's on there as well, so it was epic. So that's what I've been doing this week. So there's been plenty ongoing. Okay, just go to pics of the day, and then I'm out of here. Now, I'm going to be back very soon on the weekend as well, guys. Okay, I've got stuff lined up for that. I've been exceptionally busy. So yeah, they're pretty freaky them, aren't they? And also are they. So yeah, I've been looking into this. I'm going to touch about it some more because of the narrative of the people who didn't want this to happen got executed by firing squad. What it is a revolt in Dublin during the First World War. So the Irish, although not in the Empire at the time, they're still getting conscripted into the British Army to go and die in the trenches of the First World War. Everybody knows somebody who's died. Yeah, this thing is really, really bad on Ireland. So they don't want to send any more of their boys to be blown up for this, for Britain. So they have a revolt. And it's all in these massive Tartarian buildings. And what's most surprising about this, guys, is the level of devastation. Okay, I mean, it's a city wrecked by British in tanks and all sorts of weapons. Now, I've read a few books on this subject, guys, and I tell you what, it was just horrendous. But the men, they fought on bravely, and they were armed by the women fought as well, the Irish, yeah, and the British, they bring in fucking tanks, okay, and the Mark 1. This is during the First World War, I think 1915, and everything is just like sort of artillery bombarded in the centre of Dublin. Some blocks, hotels completely decimated, but it's very much a Tartarian feel. This is a famous hotel. Look at this architecture on it in Dublin, and excuse me, that's the same one. Burnt to the ground, and there's the British Army brought back from the trenches. Oh no, these are the Irish lads. Okay, they got like they put up these blockades everywhere, and they fought the British. You can see there the Irish, and it was all centred around the main POW, General Post Office building. Yeah, 1916. I don't know what this does. It's with Tommy's British, and it looks like the door opens, they chuck something in, and something comes out the holes. What would you say that is, guys? Please let me know what you think in my comments. I think it might be the gassing. And this is the level of devastation. It's Sinn Féin rebellion, smoking ruins of on the river Liffey. So I've got a fair few friends in Dublin, and it's all red brick Tartarian, I notice. But a lot of it, got burned and blown up. They built, they've done barricades to keep the Brits out in these massive buildings. Everyone got involved, all of the kids, yeah, built all barricades because they don't want to be murdered, yeah. Oh, a beautiful photograph. All helping for their own survival, so they don't have to lose any more men belong to a useless fucking cause for greedy bastards, shellfish bastards, by the way. And the main men were rounded up and shot dead, and these troubles went on to the modern day. There they are. Oh, that's looks. Oh, is this could be Sinn Féin's uniform? Yeah, it is. Fighting the Tommies. And look at the devastation on this. Just a major battle. Centre of Ireland, in the middle of Dublin. It's incredible. Yeah, it's an incredible read, the narrative. Some of the things are horrifying. They brought these in to deal with them as well. They look like that coming down the street. Must look like a robot. A Robocop. What do you think of them robots that are going around parks there? That's pretty fucking spooky. Have you seen them? It's on my Facebook. So, yeah, look at the mud flooders in Dublin. There's a Tommy's. They got a Lewis gun. Yeah. A lot of people dying, guys. A lot of people shot. A lot of bombs. A lot of devastation. It's crazy the level, and I thought it was so bad. All around this post office, which is completely empty and gutted. Later, after the battles. And you look at this. No, that's not Berlin. I know, it looks like Berlin, doesn't it? During the Battle of Berlin. Oh. Incredible. All mud flooders. All Tartarian. Look, winky dink. Next to the General Post Office and Nelson's Pillar. So we've got our Nelson column there too. Who knew? Electric trams. Look how beautiful the tram detailed in on the electric thing is. So it's all in your. They are howitzers, it. The British cannoned it. Look at it. Whew. Some battle, guys. Look at that. Size of that. What the fuck is that for? I guess it's the clean up after. And there's the top of the post office. Just gone. And they were fighting in one room, the room would explode, the floor would be on fire below them, and they would go into the next room and the next room. Similar stories to what you hear with Stalingrad and Battle of Berlin and this and that. It's just crazy. Just gone. Sailors. Sweet photographs of Dublin, I gotta be honest. But look at that. Yeah, I know. It's crazy to think. Look at that. There's one of those energy-free masts that high up above the building. Sweet fucking find. Ooh. Is it not? Check or check. How come that didn't burn? It's made of metal. It's made of metal. So fucking hell, looks like fucking, you know, San Francisco. And look at this, the British came in with Mark 1 tanks, blocked them off. Proper, you know, artillery. Just, you know, to fight them. They needed it. It's the Irish. They ain't giving up easy. Or ever. And they never. Look at this, all blocked up. So there's the Tommies. The architecture is unbelievable. Considering they're outside the Empire, they share the Phoenician traits. That's for sure. All mud flooders. It looks a lot like Wales buildings as well. See? Could be a British seaside resort, that friend. Beautiful though. And I guess in our surrounders, look at this. Wow, that's some beautiful shot. Let's have a look at that. All into rubble. So an entire building into rubble. It's the GPO building. Completely empty, gutted. Very reminiscent of San Francisco, is that? And the Irish Rebellion, May 1916, soldiers holding in Dublin Street. Yeah, it's not good, is it? It's just having invaders coming in, really. Because it's not in their country, and dictating that your young men should have to go off and die for some fucking useless cause, for some fucking person that got killed in another country no one gives a flying fuck for. It's really stupid, all of it. Anyway, back to pictures. So we've got images of the day, but first look at these guys. These got sent in to me. These are propaganda from the First World War, just after 1918, selling telephones. They're using the gimmick of the fad of the day, or the craze of the day, as it is today with these people, is epidemics. So they had a major epidemic, as you know. It was flu, and they sold telephones to say, basically, you can talk to people like they're doing now. Excuse me, across my legs, with the internet, you know, stay in, talk to people on Skype, talk to people on WhatsApp, where we got facial recognition, where we can listen to every single fucking word you're saying, etc. Same then, look. How to guard against monotony. Telephone 410 and ask to have a victoral with a selection of music of the world's best artists delivered to your home. Pay. You can pay $99999 now, and then 100 other installments of $99999, and your last installment will be $9999. And that's just what they do. It's the same as now, and that's like 100 years ago, and it's still doing the same old skanks. Don't use the telephone unless absolutely necessary. The shortage of our operating force due to a Spanish flu is still very serious, and meeting the emergencies, we must ask again, will you refrain from using your telephone except for calls? That cannot be avoided. So use your telephone, don't use your telephone. Bit like now, go to work, don't go to work. Okay, so this insanity, they pulled this shit before, guys. It's called a good old-fashioned health scare, only this time, you know, fucking paralleled in reality, isn't it? So they were flu and telephone service and Spanish flu. In common with general community, the operating staff is still affected by the present-day epidemic, and colds and influenza have been seriously depleted in consequence. At the same time, the volume of telephone calls has been greatly increased, so many people are ill in their homes with their telephones, and they use continuously a load of extra calls. The depleted operating force has been very heavy. Okay, whatever. Bull. Anyway, so Edison's at it as well. He's like, fucking hell, I'm cashing in. I didn't earn enough on ripping off Tesla, and Tesla was only ripping off existing, all of them. JP Morgan, Westinghouse. Anyway, escape the flu by spending evenings home with your new Edison. Phonograph with a soul. That sounds spooky. A record player with a soul. As your musical companion. Sounds like a bit like Johnny Five, doesn't it? Sounds a bit like Hal. No danger of catching the flu from any of Edison's artists. Phone us. When in quarantine. Okay. There's different ideas how to spend your time in quarantine. Okay, they got telephone there. She looks happy. When in quarantine, people who are quarantined are not isolated if they have a bell telephone. Okay, so you can speak to people, and we can listen at the other end, because it has to go through basically our telephonist in them days. Hello, grandson. We're doing all well. So it's just like Skype. Okay, get your sprog on the phone and all. Alright, we can listen to them. So that was what was going on 100 odd years ago. Sorry, it's all just all over the place because I am. Anyway, images of the day, and I'm going to upload this, and I'll be back in an hour. This is in San Diego Bay, and it's an old, I'm not sure if it's old or just steampunked, but it's a kaleidoscope. Turn on your mind, relax, and float downstream. So this is the architecture in Lisbon, and we had a really bad fucking day there. There's no doubt about it. So someone said to me in my comments, Ma, decode Michael Jackson's Dangerous album, and I couldn't really remember it, but yeah, it was a good decode. First of all, I thought, oh, Fool's Cap map. Yeah, Fool's Cap map. It looks the same, doesn't it? It does. He's got Antiquitech, little jokers, ice creams upside down, white elephants on blue balls. I don't know if he's got a bit of a niche going on, but Cherbanewskis, and a dog head king, of course. Dog is God in reverse. Are they trying to sell us something? A few other deities. Phoenicians. Ooh, skull and crossbones. Okay, skull and crossbones pirates. And what is dangerous through this double pillared with demons doorway is industry, by the look of it. A red star, so that is, I don't know, it's on a Phoenician plaque. Well, could be communist. All the animals. And we have a bird king who has purple, the doves, who is, and they are pulling it apart, the veil, and they are seeing a machine inside, just like the Wizard of Oz was operating in, and they pull the curtain, it's just a fucking old dude. And it's connected to this orb thing with two humans inside. A bit like Hieronymus Bosch, I've seen this. Oh, that's interesting. And you'll see an eye in the other hole over there, underneath going into the grotto. Don't know what the kid's carrying, some sort of strange looking futuristic metal maybe, who knows. And the dolphins, or the Phoenician fish, the shells. Wow, these people, the social engineers, didn't waste a fucking second with Michael Jackson's album covers. Loads of them. You could get good covers, that Earth song as well. This was the biggest building of apparently the 1800s, and it's in Belgium. I've seen it and showed you many times, but it's just a mind blow. Just an effort. Temple on temple on temple on temple. Imagine how deep that actually goes. You can see it there. It's up here, all the way down there. Just massive underneath, big as it is below. Sorry, I don't know, but it's a spiral going in with a shell that deity. Krishna having a right old giggle. What's he having about, guys? Krishna. He's not purple in this, is he, or blue? He's got a peacock. He's got a little gold shit going down, hasn't he? So there's Krishna with flip-flops in a lovely Krishna world. Howdy. Ooh. This deity, I'm not sure which Hindu deity it is, but he looks like the one of Toy Soldiers, not Archer, the other one. No, he look a bit like Archer, actually. Got the muscles on him. Is this real? So there you are, that's what I'll be doing. Chantang. The big chantang. I don't know what that does. Keeps something inside, but it's made of solid gold. Yeah, I bet that cost like fucking 2 and 8. Oh look, deities, many-headed Krishnas, armed. So here we are again. Civilization, getting in bunkers. It's got all black and apocalyptic-y. And there's gods on their hoverboards being pulled by dragons. Oh, it's Satan again. It's Satan. Always that in it. Poured in the water and fucking up the day. Nothing new under the sun. This was found underground. Looks like some sort of ancient mechanism. They were really big back then, weren't they? Look at him. Yeah? Oh, big. That's why he's in the army. Trippy purple. Trippy carpet. Imagine having that. Wouldn't it be lovely? And that's Bell and the Dragon. Basically, he eats that, it blows up in his stomach and just fucking kills him outright. Something going on with this chandelier. Look at these. Beautiful though. Here's somebody crying in the background. I think everyone is screaming. Everyone's just dying or something. I don't know anything about it. That's out of a Leeds Atlas. Beijing. Peking, I mean. And it is Antiquitech. Everyone's got this Antiquitech going on. Or Nanking in this case, excuse me. And Tartaria. See these? These resonators. You know, so they got like tech. Look at that for a tower. It's featureless. So I don't know where it is. It's in Germany somewhere. Starforts. The whole thing is built. And it can handle water, but obviously not a tsunami. And this is a creature, believe it or not. It is apparently an ancient sea creature, similar to an amphipod or something like that. But this is how it appears, and it just shows, you know, the fractal structure of this place. Nothing, you know, it's just beautiful sacred geometry, guys. Yeah, you got everything in there. The tree of life. You know, this bit in the middle looks like a fucking Buckminster full of buckyball, but you can see it going in, and you know, just absolutely beautiful. The colour, very, very beautiful, and a natural thing, by the way. Sea creature. Antiquitech in the past. Oh, look at this. All that built, all that effort, all lit up. Just absolutely beautiful. And organs. Are good for your organs. The world that was unlocked by studying Kirster's books of technosmia, which told us so much about these. So, magnets. It comes in. So, have you had so many reports of ectoplasmic sputum? But like, I've never seen any ectoplasm. I'm wondering if it was a real scenario, or just part of the old bullshit. So there's more dragons, more EM tech, because it's hot. Can't be confirmed, but it also can't be denied that this is a dragon's footprint on a beach. I would say yes, because it looks like 4 toes, 5 toes, thumb, finger. I don't know. Whatever you have on your foot. It rocks when it falls up. So it's either natural, just look like a fucking giant footprint to me. I think it is. It's a giant footprint. And the controller, this Jupiter dude, okay, Mercury's a big player in this as well as Mars. Yeah, he's got the orb. Yeah. Bet your ass with that. Eagle's looking at it because he's like, wait till my wings are open. The charge is active, and this is going to mean things just not going to look pretty. But his fasces, in this case, active, is an orb. Yeah, this is a real shit off fucking bit of tech. God tech. Olympian tech. Kick your ass tech. So there is free energy in the past. Mud flooded world, everything's sort of wrecked. But they got time to put up these wireless glowing wow 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 wow. They don't make that sound, but they might have. And architecture that looks like mechanism. Looks like something fits in you, like literally. Beautiful Moorish feel. Mud flooders of the past. All down there. And more alchemical strangeness going on. Nice flip-flops. Flip-flops are sandals if you're in America or anywhere else in the world. We only have like flip-flops in Britain. So there's nothing too sinister going on there. You've got that throck. So a library. A library. Where they bring you the lies. So, hang on. I just let me get his fucking tuss out. He's got to go tuss. So I don't know what's going on. He's fucking got his hands in his mouth, like both of them. Oh, the humanity. Dark angels. Skull and crossbones again, guys. Similar architecture. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. History seems to be telling us something, doesn't it? And not very long ago, all of this going on. What about that for Antiquitech? Yummy. In nome di Potter. Nelson Mandela. Please buy my book. It is one-off payment of £500, and after that it's another £500, and after that it's another one-off payment of £500. He's a real man, a Bavarian, and he's been meditating on his primal soul for so long that he's actually turned into Metal Man. Okay, he's still in there. Time he's not in there, guys. He's got fucking veins on his head. You know, his veins. Yeah, he's in there. What's all this purple though? So it is trippy and nice looking. Quite like purple myself. I'm not sure about this cannon because it's got a ball stuck in it, or if it's some sort of device for vibrating. Just maybe water comes out. Yeah, water maybe filters it. But trippy. Here's Pan. Wow, 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 wow. Playing his tune. And a Phoenician with a horn of plenty. Yeah. And the double-headed thingy there. Eagle. Well, that's a strange one, isn't it? Two opposing things. And these are supposed to be like 6,000 plus years old, but they're found in the desert in a southern Tartarian state, and one of those is Uzbekistani countries, but not that one, Uzbekistan. And they have blonde hair because it's Tartarian. And they've just basically stayed like that in the desert because it's like fucking hot. This is a mud flooded tunnel. Mesopotamians, and that's holding it up. Tunnels going in there. But I bet that's what the London Underground looked like when they found it, guys. When whoever Phoenicians laid it there, whoever laid it there, dug it all out again. Natural or mud flooded? Two very unusual formations there, isn't it? Mud. What about that? So yeah, breakaway civilization. This is Mother Earth breastfeeding, and I guess Romulus, Remus, who even knows? But Sproggages, and they've been suckled by animals. So this is interesting. The real reason that the word, I'll have to say it in this case, okay, COVID, okay, co-void in this case, and this is the account of where the word was first coined. Beware the constitutional void during the lockdown. Martin van Staten. The lockdown began. The only movement deemed essential is now allowed. A significant limitation, if not suspension, of our right to freedom. Our movement guaranteed in section 21 of the Constitution. This opens a can of worms that the Constitution's democracy might be ill-equipped to deal. But anyway, so the void is constitutional void that has been created during the lockdown. Isn't that highly interesting? And this is on 51st Street. This is the golden gilded era, and this is Millionaires Row on 5th Avenue. I think that's the corner of, I can't remember. And they're all just crazy Tartarian buildings. They reckon they were built in the Victorian era, but they fucking weren't. They were there already. And they're amazing. I think that's the Vanderbilt. And there you are. This is what happened in the FEMA camps. They hung everyone up for eating or sitting on park benches. Everyone tried to get their shit together. And it was an apocalyptic scenario. In Lisbon, 270 years ago. And years ago, in a magazine, Bill Gates talked to John Kennedy about Robert Murdoch, money, and world domination. And this is what he said. This is what he was quoted in saying. Worst case scenario, an overpopulated planet choked to extinction by a lung-attacking virus. And this was back in, well, the 90s. When this bullshit figuring article was going. So they were saying sinister shit like that even back then. So, I'm going to be coming back. I'm going to be talking for a little bit. So, talking too long. And it's nearly 9 o'clock. This will be a late post. It'll be up in an hour. Zinc Bullion, Flat Earth British, off my son. Made them. Founded them out of big blocks of zinc. So yeah, breakaway civilisation. I'll put the addresses, email addresses for myself and Didivanh. Not much happening in the way. We can't really move or do fuck all in Britain. I want Wales in land. Anybody who's got loads of acres, anybody who wants to be part of the breakaway civilisation of Barbaria and save humanity and everything else, contact me, martinnigger7@gmail.com or Didivanh@outlook.com, and I will put the links and everything in the descriptions box right now. Sorry I'm talking quick. I just want this post up for you all. Okay, that's me. Peace and love to you all. Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll see you on the scene. Okay, it's Tuesday today. I'll be back, if not for that day, or if not before, on the Think Tank.